Hello, in this video I want to tell you something about the fear of driving, which is vital to know and understand, but it is quite mind-boggling, and this video may be very confusing for some people. So please bear with me, this will not be easy to explain or understand, but I'm going to do my best. So for those of you that may be watching my videos for the first time, my name is Paul, and I work online helping people overcome the fear of driving. And something I say in most of my videos is about how driving anxiety has nothing to do with driving. Yeah, you've heard that before, haven't you, if you've watched my videos? Your driving anxiety is merely the way that another problem is coming out. So it's an old problem that's coming out as a fear of driving, but it's not, it's something else. Now, I made my reputation as a driving instructor by being honest and transparent and open with everyone. I always like to just tell everyone the truth and just put everything out there and say, look, this is how it is. No cons, no rip-offs, nothing hidden. And this is why I'm making this video, because when I work with people online, despite the fact I say in all my videos that a fear of driving has nothing to do with driving, many people come to me and say, oh, I've got to work with you because you're the driving anxiety expert and you're the person who knows more about driving anxiety than anyone else. Well, can you see the mistake there? And I'm very honest about this, and I point it out to people. And I actually made a video about this 2 years ago, but can you see what the problem is? Well, I've just said that fear of driving has nothing to do with driving. So therefore, how can I be the driving anxiety expert if a fear of driving has nothing to do with driving anyway? If you don't understand that, what I'm saying is, when people come to me and say, oh, you're the expert on driving anxiety, remember, driving anxiety has nothing to do with driving anyway. So I'm not really the expert on it, because it isn't the problem anyway. And this is something very few people have spotted. Even though I've just explained it, I'm guarantee there'll be people who still don't get that. Right, well, this is the thing. People say, okay, why do I need to go to a specialist in driving anxiety if you're telling me that driving anxiety is not the problem? I spotted that loophole when I first started doing this, and I thought, oh, isn't that funny? Let me explain it the best I can for those of you that are still with me, those brave souls that have stuck with it this far. Driving anxiety has nothing to do with driving, but the only people that understand that are the people who specialise in driving anxiety, that is me. Therapists who say that they can fix anything, and they can do pain control, and they can do this and that, insomnia and fear of driving and fear of flying and weight loss and all this stuff. Although what they're saying is correct, you can actually fix any of those things as a therapist. They don't actually know what they're doing. Let me explain this. I've been in therapy groups full of therapists who come online and they say, oh, quick everyone, I've got a client who's come to me and they want to lose weight, but I've never done weight loss before, so what do I do? So they go looking for a specific thing to do to help someone lose weight, which isn't how you do it, because losing weight isn't about losing weight. So you see, the therapists who are what we call generalists, and they generalise and do a bit of everything, don't have a clue what they're doing, because they think that the way you fix weight loss is different to the way you fix driving anxiety, which is different to the way you fix the fear of flying. It isn't different, it's all the same. So you don't need to go to a specialist, but you do, because yes, I did say it was going to be mind-boggling. This is what I have to do for a living. Have you spotted the flaw with those therapists who say they can fix anything? Well, they say they can fix anything, and then they go looking for a specific thing to do to fix the problem, which means that what they're doing is they're specialising in that thing, which means they're specialising in everything. So can you see the paradox here, the contradiction? A specialist such as myself says, I can only fix driving anxiety, but I can actually fix anything, because driving anxiety isn't driving anxiety. Whereas a generalist will say, I can fix anything, but I don't really know how to, because you've got to be a specialist in that topic to fix it. Now I understand most people won't have a clue what I'm on about here. But the thing is, when you start off as a therapist, you think you can fix everything. And you think, oh, I can do this and I can do that and I can do that. But you need to realise that although you can only fix everything once you've specialised in fixing one thing, because only by working on the same thing do you get really, really good at therapy. And you think, oh, I'm dealing with everyone who's got the same problem. So I'm not dealing with weight loss and insomnia, I deal just with driving anxiety. And you get very, very good at doing therapy, because most of your clients have the same symptoms, the same things happening to them, the same experiences. You get really, really good at working with them because you're hearing the same things all of the time. You then realise, you know what, it's nothing to do with driving anyway. It's this, it's that, it's that. You then take those skills and you then can fix anything. So I'm getting to the stage now where I may well expand into fixing other things because I know how to. But if you start off thinking, oh, I can fix anything, I know it all, I can do this and that and that, you won't be able to fix those things. And I know this is really confusing, and I know people are probably thinking, what on earth is this all about? What I'm saying is, to put it simply, if you have a fear of driving, you don't have to go to a therapist like me who specialises in driving anxiety. But you do, because if you don't go to me, you'll get stuck with a generalist who doesn't know what they're doing because they think they can just fix everything and they don't have a clue what they're actually doing with any of it. Whereas if you go to a specialist, the specialist is someone who actually knows how to fix anything and everything, but chooses not to because we stick with the one thing. That might make no sense whatsoever. Maybe I'll have to explain it more in the description. And I'm sorry if that's baffling, because it is a baffling video. I might not even ever release this, who knows. But there you go. For those of you who say, oh, you know, I found a loophole, you're saying you're a specialist, but then you're saying it's nothing to do with the problem anyway, so what's the point in specialising in driving anxiety if driving anxiety's got nothing to do with driving? I hope that makes some sense. If not, never mind. This is what it's like being a therapist. You have to be able to make sense of these things that no one else can. It's mind-boggling. And I like to go out for a drive now and then, just to sort of share my thoughts with the world, even though it may not make any sense. So check out these other videos of mine on screen now. I'll probably link to the one I mentioned I made 2 years ago about this. Thanks for watching. If you want to contact me, you can through my website, firstdrive.com, and I'll see you again soon for more videos.